Oh, good evening, parents. Usually I'm like in a joyful mood, motivate, inspire, that. Oh, I just saw a video. Someone tagged me on Instagram on a video of a dad hitting an 18-year-old. And my, I was very upset. I was so upset. And I think for me, I was actually upset at the man hitting his 18-year-old child, daughter. Flogging, really. When you say hitting sounds a bit like, oh, hit. This is flogging. And for me, the comments of the parents, oh my word. The parents. Yes, that's how we do it. That's how it's done in the African way. That's how. I'm like, are you for real? Are you guys for real? Because yeah, it's look at no ear no earrings. I mean, I just couldn't believe what I was watching. I couldn't watch to the end of the video. Things have to stop. There are things that our parents did. Okay, parents did those things in the past, and we're justifying them today when we know better. Why do we justify those kind of acts? A girl, an 18-year-old girl, she's laying flat on the floor. Her dad, with a stop, I don't know what it was, flogging this girl. And yet, parents on comments were saying, yeah, that's how it is. She disobeyed. I'm like, I just couldn't believe I couldn't watch to the end of the video. But for me, and I'm a voice for parents. And for me to watch that kind of video and not share my response, I said, no, I must share a video. Even though I get ready for a video. I said, no. At least I calmed down because I was very upset about it. It's time, parents. We've got to stop this. And don't be a voice of support to parents who are doing this. Don't be a voice of support to parents who are flogging their children. There are better ways to discipline. We just have to get into learning the better ways. Don't be lazy to learn the better ways to discipline your children. Today, I'm not telling you don't discipline your children. I'm not telling you don't correct your children. But there are better ways to correct your children than flogging your children. Have you spoken to them? Have you listened to them? When a father flogs an 18-year-old, what is he expecting in the future? Please, please just enlighten me with what is that father expecting in the future. I'd love to know. What is that father expecting in the future? I tell you something, and I shared this on Instagram. I said a lot of times parents think that because they went through it and they say, oh, they say words like, I went through it and I came out fine. No, you didn't come out fine. Don't deceive yourself. I'm going to tell you something that one of my other parenting coach, Akim Ropo, said, and I really loved what he said on that day. He said, a lot of parents, you went through all that stuff when you were growing up, and now you became an adult. In your working environment, you've gone training. You've done a lot of training, mindset training, leadership, personal development training. Those are the things that has helped you become who you are today. Not the floggings. Please don't give those floggings that kind of credit. Please don't give those floggings and those beatings that kind of credit because it's wrong. Those floggings did not make you who you are today. You became an adult, you made certain decisions that made you become who you are today. There are certain things that you even are doing today as an adult that is result from those floggings. But you don't know that, or you've not had enough self-awareness to know that. I tell you something, parents, and this I'm going to say. I work with teenagers and I work with preteens as well as parents. The teenagers that you see today, they are not the same like how we were when we were growing up. I want parents to know this. The teenagers of today are not the same teenagers that we were when we were growing up. Today's teenagers are global teenagers. I'm going to say that again. Today's teenagers are global teenagers. It's not about, oh, those are teenagers of the Western world. These are teenagers that are in Africa. The teenagers in Africa have to do what we... No, the teenagers today are global teenagers. The internet has made it a global platform. Teenagers today are global teenagers. Do we forget that these teenagers are growing? Do we forget that they're going to be adults very soon? Don't we know that we're going to need these teenagers when they grow up? Sometimes I'm thinking, do parents forget? Do parents forget that your teenager that is 18 today is going to be 28 someday? Your teenager that is 13 today is going to be 23 one day. You are going to get old. You are going to need a walking stick later on in life, and you are going to need those children. Don't think that your teenagers today are going to forget what you did. Your teenagers today are different from how we were. They're global teenagers, a different breed of teenagers. So parents, please don't be that voice that supports these parents that actually do that. Ronke Posh, I can see you, and I know that you're definitely with me on this. I couldn't watch the total video. I couldn't watch all the video. Someone tagged me on Instagram and I watched it and I was like, what? And then I was reading a few of the comments and I was upset. I'm sure I had tears coming out from my eyes. I was upset. I said, no, Phinnah, just calm down. I couldn't even put my earrings back on. I said, Phinnah, just calm down before you do a video. Oh, you just don't want to. Exactly. Exactly, Ronke Posh. Exactly. I'm telling parents that it's a totally different ball game with these teenagers today. They're not going to forget. You're going to need these teenagers when they grow up. And then people later on, when the teenagers grow up into adults, and parents will be saying, oh, their wives have taken them away. No, you took them away with what you did today. You took them away from what you did today. Guys, I'm usually very calm and happy-going video kind of person, but that video upset me because our teenagers don't deserve that. I'm teary. Our teenagers don't deserve that. Whew. An 18-year-old girl on the floor, the dad flogging her. Are you guys for real, parents? No way. I didn't know I'd be this emotional. It's ridiculous. Sorry, parents, for everyone joining me later. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Our teenagers will not forget. How you treat them today matters. How you treat them today matters. I talk to teenagers. I work with teenagers. They will not forget. Bear it in mind, you're going to be old one day. You are going to be old one day and you're going to need these children. So after all the sacrifices you've made bringing them up, you end up losing them when you need them because of your actions today? Come on, guys. And please, parents that are watching this video and are going to watch the replay, don't be a supporting voice to other parents that are doing that. We've got to start thinking better. We've got to start doing better. And we've got to start speaking better. You cannot be a voice to support those kind of nonsense. There are other ways to bring up your children. There are other ways to discipline your children. You can't put somebody down on the floor and be flogging that person. And then the next day you tell the person you love them, if you ever even say that. Okay, my prayer, and that's what I shared on my Instagram page as well. I said my prayer is that parents can start to do better. And another prayer that I have is that for pastors and for religious leaders to start addressing this in the church, because it's something that needs to be said. Maybe people will listen. People listen to religious leaders and pastors. My prayer is that pastors will start to talk about this because it needs to be said. We cannot flog our children to discipline our children. There are other ways. Parents, get up and learn. Get up and read. Ronke Posh has a book on this, 101 tips to stop the beating and the shouting. Go and read. Go and learn. There are ways, there are resources everywhere. You can do better. All of us as parents, we have an answer that we're going to answer later on in life. There's a question we're going to answer later on in life. And that is, what did you do with what I'd given you? Are you going to tell God that you flogged your children so that they can be close to God, or they can be Christ-like? Is that what you're going to tell God? Parents, please, please, I am begging. For any parent watching this, I'm going to watch the replay. Share this to as many parents as you can, please. Let us be a voice of reasoning. Let us be a voice that speaks the truth. We can bring up our teenagers and our children better without the flogging. And let's not even go to the rod story, because that's what I saw a few comments on Instagram. Oh, the rod, they spare the rod. Parents need education on that, because they've twisted it. And I'm not even going to go to that, because that's going to even get me more fired up. But parents, please, my prayer, and that's the prayer of every parenting coach that I know, Ronke Posh, Akim Ropo, many of the parents and teen coaches that I work with. Our prayer is that we start to do better. My prayer is that we start to learn better. Please, let's stop going onto the fact that our parents did it, so it's okay. No, it's not. It is absolutely not okay. Did you feel good when they did it to you when you were growing up? Please, parents, it's a different generation that we're in. Let's do better. Let's learn better. Let's do better. We have a generation that is different from our generation. These teenagers today are global. I've said that before in the video. They are global teenagers. It's not about Africa. It's not about Nigeria. It's not about Europe. It's not about America. Our teenagers today, the young generation today, are global people, global teenagers. They know that what you're doing is wrong. They know that what you're doing is wrong. And their memories are going to remember. They're going to remember this. And again, parents, you are going to need them. You're going to be old, aren't you? Are you going to be this age in 50 years' time? No. You are going to be old. You are going to need them. And this generation, they are different. They are different. Don't expect that, oh, after all this, then they will now bring you to their family house for you to live with them when they're old. No, there are going to be a lot of care homes. You will go sit down in a care home. And then you will say, oh, these children of these nowadays. No, it's nothing to do with that. It's to do with how you treated them as they were growing. So that's my prayer. That's my desire. On behalf of all the parents out there who understand this and who are speaking on this. Let us, parents, let us not be a voice supporting this wrong stuff. It is wrong. Be a voice for your teenagers. Be a voice for your children. Your children deserve better. You can correct them in a different way and a better way, and they will turn out to be the brilliant children that you desire. Flogging is not going to do that work. There's a lot that you've got to do. So please let us do it. Yes, they are global teenagers, Ferdinand. Yes, they are. They are. So please, parents, please, let us change our ways. And if you need help, ask for help. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. There are many parent coaches out there to help you. This is not the time where we say, oh, if we ask for help, it will look like we're bad. No, you're not bad parents by asking for help. You are good parents wanting to be better. Lots of care hope, I'm telling you. You are good parents wanting to be better. Ask for help. Pay for help if you can. Pay for help. Because your relationship with your children matters more. Your relationship with your children matters more. Not the flogging, not the beating, not the verbal poisoning that you throw on them. There are better ways to parent children. There are better ways, parents. You can see I'm very, very passionate about this topic. I had tears in my eyes when I watched that video. I couldn't even finish it. Parents, please spread the word. Let us do better. And even if we have flogged before, we can change our ways. You can change. Start today. Start today. Promise yourself, I am not going to be part of this anymore. My children are global children. My children are global teenagers. I'm not going to be part of this. If you need to, have a family meeting. Apologize to your children. Our children are very forgiving. They will forgive you as long as you continue with the correct way. Have a chat with them. Tell them you're sorry. You didn't know any better. And now that you know better, you're going to do better. But please don't be among the comments saying, oh, yeah, it serves her right. She didn't obey. I'm like, I was shocked. I was like, am I in the same world as these guys that are writing? Please, parents, let's be the voice, the right voice, and help our children. Because our children need us. I mean, that video was sent. But even if that video wasn't sent, that thing happened in somebody's house. So internally, in people's homes, children are going through stuff. Let us have more voices that do not support it. We are the voice, yes. Let us keep speaking on this. Let us keep speaking against this. So that these parents that are still locked out in their minds and still doing these things can stop it. It's not an African thing. It's not a European thing. It's not a West. It's nothing. Let's stop saying it's Nigeria. No, it's African. No. We are in a global environment today. Has the lockdown not shown us? Has the lockdown not shown us how this world has changed? Please, let's do better. And let's share this word. Let's share this. Let's be the voice. Ronke Posh says, we are the voice. Let's be that voice and keep on talking and talking. And when you see places, when you hear, when parent coaches and teen coaches are teaching and stuff, go and learn so that you can be better for your children and for your future. I'm looking at the future. These kids you're seeing today, my son is 20. I remember when he was 10. I remember when he was 5. He's 20. My other son is 18. I remember when he was 8. I remember when he was 6. They don't stay young for long. They grow. They grow. And when you're going to need them the most, they will look back and say, oh, really? Who's that? And then you will say, oh, after all I did. Oh, really? Don't spoil all you did by not changing your ways. Because yes, you've done some, you've sacrificed, you've paid their school fees, you've put a roof over their shoulders, you've done a lot of things. Don't ruin what you have done by these actions that you don't want to stop. Don't let these primitive ways ruin all the things that you have done in your life. Parents, you deserve better. So change your ways and let's keep fighting this. Let's keep preaching this. Our teenagers deserve better. They disobeyed. Somebody disobeyed you, so did we deserve that? Nah, we've got to change. And let us continue to be that voice of change. Thank you so much for listening, guys. And for everyone that's going to watch the replay as well, thank you. Bear with me when I had my tears in my eyes. I just got it's a very emotional and a very emotional topic. And for me to even see it, the video, I was, yeah. So thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Ronke Posh. Let's keep talking. Let's keep talking. Yeah. I'm going to go watch your video now. Yeah, yeah, I know. I'm going to go watch your video. Yeah, let's keep talking. Let's keep talking. We are the voice. We've got to keep talking and keep encouraging parents that we can do better. Okay? Thank you. God bless you guys. And yes, please share this video. Share this video to as many parents that can watch it. We need to start changing. And it's a change one at a time. Our children are going to be great. Our children are going to be amazing. But we've got a lot to do on our side. God bless you guys. God bless you. Take care. Take care.